slowing down and taking no time. I gotta keep it rolling. Those windshield.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the Gig App Worker Roundtable. I want to welcome my host, Kim Side Money Plans.
Hey, everyone.
I think we're in the 125. I don't even know where we are anymore, you guys. It's so crazy. But tonight's going to be very interactive. We have 3 streams going, and we always have multi-streams going. But we have our guest stream going as well. And before we bring out our Virgin Roundtable guests from the island of Long, Kim and I are going to just say a quick word. We're not going to bog it down, but
yeah. Just real quick, if you guys, Steve did a fantastic interview this week with Chris from Delivered. There was so much information, at least in my opinion, there was so much information like jam-packed into that interview. Like, I suggest that everybody go watch it because he was unveiling a whole bunch of stuff out there. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out because there's a good Delivered stuff going on. So good job, Steve.
Thank you very much, by the way, because I even thought it went, you know how I am. It went in a great direction. Just everything flowed into the next, and it was hitting some questions that maybe we wouldn't have got to even. So lots of insight, and especially about the portal. If you guys do Delivered, you guys need to go watch it just to make sure you are aware how important the portal is alone. But I also want to bring up that next week on Kim's Tuesday show, at 8 p.m. Eastern, she has Abdul from Display Ride, and I know we've been cramming it down your guys' throat, but he's gonna be with her. It's gonna be a great live, and let's see if we'll even reach out to him. Let's see if we can get some kind of special going that night or something. I don't know. I just put Abdul on the spot. He's gonna be like, "What?"
And well, get your questions ready, because he's so good. Like, I feel like he's so good at answering any questions, and I get asked a lot of questions. So save your questions and ask them on Tuesday. I'm sure he'll be happy to answer any questions anybody has. So table of questions or send them to me so I have them ahead of time.
And we'll say, well, I'm sure maybe she'll put a community post out too. Those are always great to put your comments in there.
Yeah.
Questions, all that stuff.
I'll put it out on like Monday. That way, you guys can chime in.
So you guys in chat, we will say hi to you in a minute. But first, we must bring on our favorite couple from the Isle of Long, Lou and Mary.
What is going on? What is going on, everybody?
Were you able to hear any of that?
Yeah, we heard the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We heard you trash talking us the entire time. It was great.
Oh, totally.
I just said you were Roundtable Virgins, which is weird because we've done 10 collabs.
Yeah, but never on.
Never here on the Thursday, and so you're Roundtable Virgins. You're not virgins in real life by a long shot, and I can prove it.
We have children to prove it.
However,
how things start off, by the way. This is the Roundtable.
The nitty gritty.
When Nick said that you guys have never been on the Roundtable, and I'm like, no, yes, they have. He's like, no, they haven't. And I'm like, how many stuff have we all done together? And I'm like, they haven't been on the round. Like, I was so disbelieving that we've done so many things together and never really.
Yeah. Right.
It's I don't remember exactly what it was, and I know it probably even started when your kids, and I know they're home for the summer, but before they went to college, I think there was something around Thursdays and your kids or Mary's work or something. It was almost like, no, there's never a Thursday that works.
Yeah. I'm sure there was. I mean, who knows?
It was probably just one of Lou's all night poker things. And guys, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight here. How to win at poker so that you no longer have to do gig work.
Yep. That's it. So let's get the lesson started.
So
have thick skin.
Teach Lou how to win.
Yeah.
He's been having
I've been on a little bit of a little bit of a downswing. But the downswing is like a summer slowdown in gig apps. It's the same thing, except
but it'd be better if it came in the winter.
Yeah.
to
Well,
balance the summer slowdown.
I
Exactly.
think
exactly.
the three of us need to have a road trip to Atlantic City. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Listen, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Just bring your pepper spray. That's the only thing.
No, you know,
Yeah, just an article.
here's what I
Atlantic
want to
City is
do,
not
and I
like it
even
used to
like to
be.
gamble
No.
a little. If we go anywhere that gambles, I'm just gonna give all my money to Lou that I want to gamble, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna go have some drinks and relax out by the beach.
Yeah.
If there's a beach.
You know what's
There's a
funny
beach.
is even though I'm a poker player, I don't like to gamble. I don't like to
Really?
gamble
Well,
Really?
you like to
No.
win money.
because the way I play poker isn't gambling. It's more the people who are playing versus me are gambling. I'm not the one gambling.
Okay, so
They
you
gambling by
got
playing
you guys have a
Oh,
super chat over
Our
there.
Bermuda's at it again. He
Oh.
he hates Lou's beer.
I know. Thank you, Bermuda, for the $2. Is it super chat or whatever it's called?
Whatever it is.
That one's a
thank you very
super.
much.
No, that's a super
I
chat.
am way overdue for a haircut and shave
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't. He had a show last week, and I'm surprised he didn't go and do it before the show.
because the director didn't care. He's like, I don't care
Oh,
how you guys
okay.
look. Especially in
Yeah,
that
Lou was
show.
in a very interesting
Very interesting show. Not
community theater show.
Yeah.
Not for the children.
not for the children and not appropriate for the round table. Although we were just talking about virginity, so I don't know, maybe it is. Or lack thereof in that show.
So you guys are, I know that I've talked to you a couple times on the phone, Lou, and whatnot, and we've texted, and I know
We
you're
just talked 2 weeks ago.
I think your daughters are both home for the summer, right?
They are.
They
The
are
Stampede is
leaving-
upstairs.
Yeah. One's
But
leaving
isn't-
next week, and then the other one is 2 weeks.
Yep.
I was just gonna say, isn't it
Yeah.
ending here like right now?
Yeah.
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 In 2 weeks. 2
Soon.
weeks we make the trip to Wisconsin. The drive to Wisconsin's in 2 weeks.
So both are still happy. Both are still going back to the schools they were at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
They're going into
Awesome.
their junior years, both of them.
Yeah.
Wow, I
Crazy.
feel
Freaking
like they
crazy.
just were entering
I
into
know.
college.
I feel like I knew
They-
them when they
yeah,
were
that-
born. I'm like,
It was only yesterday they
It
were
was
born.
only yesterday. Now it is kind of amazing. I mean, because when we start, like,
Oh,
just to
thank
put
you,
this in
Chris.
perspective, thank you very much, Chris. 5 gifted channel memberships. Thank you very much.
That's
I almost
awesome.
said gifted subs. I get confused between Twitch and YouTube sometimes with the terminology. Thank you very much, Chris. Very, very much appreciated. Giving all these amazing people channel memberships so they can see what's behind the paywall.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because when the girls when we first started this, the girls were still in high school.
Yeah.
Right.
And I still think one of my favorite things was in our earlier videos was us having to stop the shift to go and pick them up. And now here they both are doing gig work themselves.
So didn't we
which
have to
is-
stop a shift because one of them was in a car accident?
yes, we did. We did. But that was before the gig work, thank God.
Yeah.
But now they both, especially Alyssa, Alyssa had gotten a part-time job here for the summer, and the place was giving her no hours. So she quit and just went back to doing the gig apps to make money during the summer. So yeah.
When we met in 2021, Max, okay. So, or in late 2020, whatever it was, Max that was his freshman year of high school, and there was no school. It was the laptop year.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we don't
Exactly.
know what's going on. You're not going to
Yeah.
learn anything. Just here, we're just going to push you through. Was that your girls' senior year?
No,
2020 they were
2020 they were sophomores.
yeah.
And then junior year they went back, and that was when it was hybrid. And then senior year they went back full time.
Well, then wait a minute. How was Max?
They graduated in 22.
The girls are 20. The girls turned 20 in January.
You guys,
Yeah,
I don't
early
think
birthday.
they know. I'm trying to do the math because it doesn't make sense, because Max was the 2021 year was his freshman year, and he just
that was when
graduated
things. Yeah, that's when things just started.
in
going back.
24.
Yeah.
So how did they get?
Yeah.
How are they
Yeah.
juniors?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
I
guess
guess
it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
The math is not working out for
It
me
doesn't
either.
work
Guys,
out.
this is. I'm sure everybody in the
why-
chat.
why do we
can
have
understand.
20-year-olds?
Well, what did we just say? We just had our 4-year.
Yeah, we just started a 4 year of doing
work.
just started a 4 year because we started doing gig work a month before we started the channel. And so yes, we're starting now our 4th year, and I feel like right now we're going harder than like we've ever gone with the gig work. I really
lose back at
pretty
it,
much going out almost every single day now.
So before we jump into that, I'm going to do my best job. This is going to be quick, guys. I'm going to say hi to everybody that's in here. So I know you guys are going to be throwing them in now at the last minute. Hi, Flower. Hi, Christopher Taylor. Hey, Lee Kindler. How are you? Bubba Sue. How you doing? Is it Nijuan? I hope I'm saying that right. I hate getting people's names wrong, but I do try. What's up, Thomas Mathis? Hey, Anthony. How are you? Let's see who else. Gigan, how are you doing? Becky Harris. Hey, Holly, how are you? And then, mic drop. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? We've been trying to do a thing here for a while. And if you guys don't know Jeff, go check out his channel. He's very real. He's very, very real. And hi, Kyle, how are you doing? Bermuda, who wants Lou to shave? Kevin Hawthorne down in Florida. Rideshare Road Warrior Rick, how you, buddy? Traveler, how you doing? And Dashing Grandpa, how are you? Ron, go gig it in Massachusetts. And Tommy, how are you? Ivanoska in Chicago, and Mr. Bud Soda. All right, guys, I got him.
What's going on,
hey,
guys?
Everybody.
So we will try and keep up with the chat here somewhat. We'll do our best, but
it's like basically extra chat with 3 channels.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll do my best. We'll do our best.
Do it. Steve, you can. If anybody can do
it, usually don't
do it.
Steve, Rideshare Rodeo, the man, the myth.
There's some things I can do, like what you're explaining, but sometimes chat's not my best thing at getting on it all the time. Let's look at my readers on. And anyway,
Dash Mart big orders.
Oh, Maggie wants to know why we haven't done any Dash Mart big orders because we haven't seen any.
We haven't seen any.
Yeah,
and they're terrible when we see them. They go like all the way into like Manhattan.
They go into Manhattan. We're not going to freaking Manhattan.
Not doing.
Gotta pay a toll just to to do a Dash Mart order. No thanks. No. But in the most part, like we don't really see them. And yeah, the ones we see just are not.
Well, supposedly they're opening another Dash Mart in our area. So if that opens,
I mean, as long as it's not going to Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yes, Kim's face is the best when we just like, hey, trying to go Manhattan? Are you kidding me?
I'm not doing bridges.
I don't even live there, and I know that there's not even a good time. Like if you don't live in Manhattan, don't go there.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
And you got to pay a toll. It's like $25 like to go over the freaking bridge.
Right. I'm just talking about traffic because some of these, like Curry, even Roadie, I think Roadie, like some of these even reimburse your tolls, but just no.
Yeah, no.
You know, DoorDash ain't reimbursing.
The only way we go into
you know what DoorDash is going to reimburse you with? A middle finger. That's
the only way we go into the city is by taking the train, and we're not taking 90 boxes on the train.
That'd be fun.
Well, Mary, I sent, just so you know, I sent Lou. I always send Lou I send him what is a normal like Instacart order, but it'll be the worst order you guys have ever seen. But it's like a normal one for me. But I sent him even like a Roadie offer because with Roadie you can zoom into markets that you're not in. So I was logged in. I zoomed into your market, and there was a flower delivery from like Long Island to like Manhattan.
Yeah.
Oh,
like they needed Long Island flowers, and it was like going to pay like $7.
Terrible.
Like my big question with these types of orders, not really the Dash link, because that's different, but like something like that, I was like, does the person in Manhattan like realize what they're doing? Like, don't they realize what they're ordering from? Like some random flower place in like Huntington or something like that?
Exactly. Maggie wants to know if our daughter is still Dash. Our one daughter does. The other one, she actually works at CVS. Yeah. So she's taken off the summer, but she said when she goes back to school, because she's doing working in admissions and she's only going to get like 10 hours. She said she'll Dash like on the side.
And Instacart.
And she gets really good up in White Plains.
Yeah,
she gets really good money up there.
Yeah, that's a good area. You know, it's almost like kind of like city in a way, but like not. We did one shift there, and it was pretty stressful for us because
we didn't know the area.
Yeah, we're not good with like this, like with city type stuff. You know, with like parallel parking situations. We like parking lots. You know, parking lots are your friend. You go to pick up something, you have to go in a parking lot. Anthony starts at a parallel park, and it's super crowded. I'm sure you have places like that, Kim, in New Jersey, where it's just. It's just crazy. I mean, you got to deal with those jug handles and things. I don't know how you guys deal with that. That would drive me insane.
You can't make a left-hand turn in New Jersey.
Oh, we got traffic here too.
I don't mind the jug handles.
You guys have a population there.
It's actually pretty big-ish, you know.
What is it? New Jersey is like the second most populated state in the country. I think it is something like that per capita.
And Long Island is overpopulated at this point.
Yeah.
I think they're building more house. They're building so much more housing as we speak. Crazy.
Yeah.
All the different building housing.
So Thomas is saying stop sleeping on it. I'm not, dude. You can ask these guys, and Thomas, I've showed you too. Like my orders suck, dude.
Ours have been really bad here.
Yeah. I'm actually starting to see more.
Not the kind I get bad, and I've been proving it for years to you guys. So
now, you know what? Since they dropped the base pay, it's gotten a lot worse, and people aren't tipping. We just actually had a big weekend, spoiler alert, with Shipt, which was, I think, a rarity more than anything.
Maybe it was a one-off.
It might have been a one-off, but I also think that there is less people driving for Shipt right now because you want to talk about gambling. See, I'd rather, poker is not gambling. Shipt is gambling because you just don't know if you can get a tip or not. But Instacart has been really poor, but all of a sudden out of nowhere, and it's been very random. I mean, very, very odd. I've all of a sudden been starting to see the shops on DoorDash, which I wasn't really seeing. We have a 20% acceptance rate on DoorDash. And I know they just rolled out the new program here. The tier system here. And
you just got rolled out?
Apparently it just got rolled out today or yesterday or something. So here's the thing. It's interesting. We have a 20% acceptance rate. The past couple of days, while I haven't been getting high paying orders where you get, with the blue banner, after the order's been finished, it's had a hidden tip, and it has said, because of your acceptance rate, you received this high-paying order.
Well, when we went rewards, they gifted platinum to a whole bunch of drivers for like the first week, so maybe they gifted it to you.
Maybe.
I mean, but I'm not seeing the high-paying banner that you see when you when the order screen comes through. But I thought the shops were interesting. In fact, the other day, I've been going out during my lunch hours, and I got a one item. It was a stack, one item Stop and Shop, and one item Target for $24 for like 5 miles. I mean, so easy. It doesn't get any easier than that. No. And it was easy items. It was
hardest
like
part is driving. Parking and getting in the car and going to the next shop.
Yeah, right. Like literally, it was it was the easiest $24 ever made. And I was like, this is interesting. I've never seen anything like this. And my buddy Rob, who does this full time on Long Island, he lives and dies by this shop, but he keeps his acceptance rate up so he can continue to be a top dasher because he needs to have the ability to dash now. He does a lot of delivered, so he needs dash now because with delivered you'll be traveling all over the place, and when he's done with that order, he wants to be able to just turn the DoorDash on and get going. And he lives and dies by these shops. I've hardly ever been seeing them because the fact that our acceptance rate is so low. And now I'm seeing it. We got another one, Aldi, which we never see Aldi's on DoorDash. And all of a sudden we got this really good Aldi order. I'm like, this is very strange.
It was like $27 or something for one item.
It was, and I'm like, why am I seeing these orders when essentially I should be the bottom of the barrel garbage on DoorDash? So I thought that was interesting.
So do you guys not have Dash along the way like Kim doesn't anymore?
No,
we don't. Which really, really sucks. That's
because that's how me the bottom feeder plays Dash now.
Yeah, you can't do it.
I just dash along the way and I stay in my zone. I don't even head that way anymore.
And it's insane because literally you could be on the tip of the zone, and that zone opens up, and you can't. So it makes scheduling all that more important. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens now that they're rolling this out. I set my alarm every single day for 3:00 in the afternoon. And I schedule 7 days out. And I schedule for lunchtime and I schedule for dinner time. And if it's going to roll out, if some people can have access to that at 3:00 and I'm not going to have access till midnight, that could definitely be a problem getting the scheduling. However, I'm seeing a shift where Dash Now definitely seems all of a sudden a lot more available than it's been before.
Yeah, I don't do it nearly as much as any of you guys. I do my other things, but I will say that, what I do in a week, even just for the live stream content, whatever, I've been seeing at night, like around 8:30, and this hasn't happened all summer, probably like 3-4 times a night, it says we're busy now. It's like offering me a dash now like 4 nights a week, which it never does.
So my question is, have they deactivated a bunch of have they deactivated a bunch of drivers? That now it's not as oversaturated. I mean, our area, Suffolk County West on Long Island, for months and months and months, Dash Now would not even be a possibility because of how oversaturated it is here. I wonder.
Well, maybe it's like your daughter's going back to school. Maybe it's, I mean, not only are they going back to school,
people are on vacation.
Yeah,
but that's
it could be getting really lucky.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe getting really lucky. I would seem
we'll only know. I mean, Kim was talking about a lot of this economy stuff this week on her podcast, about how you just kind of, sometimes you got to just get through it. You got to work more, you got to take more, whatever. But I wanted to contrast that because I believe everything she said, but at the same time, I
agree 100% too. I agree. 100%.
But with the W-2 world, I mean, if you're leaving the gig space for W-2 without a purpose, expect to be back in the gig world in some respect here soon, because the W-2 is not going to be a winner for you either.
Well, that's the thing.
I mean, if you have a focus, it's different. If you have you've been trying for years to get a job as a whatever, and you have the training and whatnot, and you just haven't been able to. But if you're going, I can't do this anymore. I guess what I'm saying is the economy as a whole, I think we can all agree, especially gig workers, that every report on any news channel you might read, or reading it, whatever, paper, whatever, all of them agree. Like, they all are agreeing the economy is not great, but they're finding a way to prop it a little better than, like, I think we all feel. Like when I talked to you, Lou, not long ago, I said, and Mary, you didn't hear this, Kim already knows it, but I get a slight panic attack when I go to the grocery store for myself now, not for doing other people's stuff.
Yep. I mean, we've had the conversation too. We've had the conversation about inflation, and that's why I think it's interesting is that, and I truly believe this, is that you unless you got some unless you're the top, right? We're not the top. We're the numbers, all right, which is the majority. You can't just have a W-2 anymore. You need to have. I don't even think you can just have a W-2 and one side hustle. You need to have W-2 plus multiple side hustles, because inflation has gone up so fast, and salaries are never gonna catch up to inflation. So what's the answer? Go on there, Chris Strong out. Let's go, baby. So what's the answer? Well, it's a real simple answer, and I say thank God in 2022. 2022. What year are we in? 24.
Oh my gosh.
What is going on? All right. In 2024, we have the ability. There's literally no excuse to say, oh, I don't have enough money, because you could just make more money. It's so easy now to make more money if you really want to make more money. Now, it's also very easy to make excuses and to be lazy. But the people who are watching this channel and the people here on the screen are not lazy, because if we were lazy, we wouldn't be here. So it's a matter of like, okay, well, things suck right now.
Or maybe I was gonna be the argument to that maybe some people have been having it so hard they've been hiding out, and they come out every Thursday and like a groundhog, like, is it ready yet?
Yeah, well,
okay, it sounds good, I'm gonna come out now.
there's in my opinion, there's two ways to survive what we're dealing with the inflation and the food costs and just everything else. Is you have two options. You either A, make more money, or B, spend less, or of course, C, both, of course. But you have those two options, and to me, it's a lot easier just to make more money. It's a lot easier to make more money because you don't want to buy less food, because we've gotten so used to living the way that we live, living the lifestyles we've lived, that we want to keep on living those lifestyles. To live those lifestyles, we just got to make more money.
So real quick to Lisa, I want to say that, check out VoomInsurance.com. In fact, they can be really aggressively good even to people not doing gig work. So,
Yeah.
And if you own a motorcycle, absolutely check out Voom, because they can save, it says up to 60%, but when I was talking to their team, it's like 50 to 60% that they'll save you, because, and even if it's full-time, but especially if your bike is a seasonal or anything like that. So just FYI.
Yeah, I would say I'm not an expert in rideshare insurance, so listen to what Steve says.
It's a 5-minute questionnaire. I just put it in the chat, you guys. I put it in mine. It's voominsurance.com, VOOM insurance.com, and just go there, and you can apply online. You can even make your policy online, and it takes 10 minutes. But check it out. You'll get a quote at the end without talking to a person. And we all love not talking to people. So it's perfect.
Yeah, listen, I'm a commercial insurance underwriter. We don't talk to anybody.
Just real quick, I want to circle back, and I forgot to highlight it, so forgive me. But Bubba Sue, and she's right. Just FYI, you just went through the tier program. There is a honeymoon stage, so not to scare you, but there is a honeymoon. There it goes, a honeymoon period with the tier program. So you might be like able to dash now because you're in that honeymoon period, and then I think it's like 2 weeks when all the gifts go away and you kind of get into the tiers. That's when it gets real.
I remember how amazing that honeymoon period was. So it's like, oh, this is so fantastic, this is amazing.
Getting all these nice orders,
and then they're like, and then it's back over, and basically DoorDash just takes their hand, slaps you down, and you're like, well,
here's your $2 order.
I'm addicted now, so I guess we're doing this.
Yeah. There's a comment from Kyle saying, Marion Lou, one thing I like about you guys is you're very observant and telling us your thoughts. It's something I can relate to.
Appreciate that, Kyle.
Thank you.
And you know what? Like, we've been the first to admit that not everything we say, like we are perfect about what we're saying. We just like to speak
our own opinions.
Yeah, it's our own opinions, and they fall out of our mouth because that's just who we are. And sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes we get blamed for it, sometimes we don't. Sometimes people agree, and it's great, but it's literally just opinions, Yep.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm seeing this too. Would Lou and Mary do? I don't know how they would, because Mary has her gig in the day and catering's right then. That seems impossible. And so
we do our videos on the weekends now, because he's been going out doing solo shifts during the week, but just literally just during my lunch hour for my W-2 job. So I wouldn't be able to do that.
But that is one thing I wanted to hit on. I'm glad that we're touching on that right now, because you guys were actually at a point where, like, you, Lou, and I talked, offline, just about how, wow, it's not like we were living in the fat house, but like, man, things have gotten tight, like real tight. And so, like, they both have W-2s, and it's not that they just went out and got them. They've had these for a long time. They pay well. They do well.
And we have good W-2s.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Also,
we both have good W-2s.
Yeah.
Good, good longevity, safe. But so, you used to do this and I know it's still side income, but really everything's side income at this point.
Right, exactly. It's all part of the overall income. Everything's part of the overall income.
But so now is it fair to say now you're doing more gig work again?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I'm going out
almost every
lunch. Yeah, I'm going out every lunch shift. I'm going out every lunchtime.
And 3 to 4 nights a week.
3 to 4 nights a week. Yeah. So, but it's funny though, we have a weekly goal that we're trying to hit. So if we do, if I do a little bit better on a certain night, okay, now tomorrow night, maybe I don't have to go out as long. It's a certain number that we're looking to hit every single week, which then, I'm big into budgeting, and I factor that all into our budget. And I know, okay, this is the amount I need to make for us to hit our weekly and monthly budget.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing this part-time. So, is it 100 or 150 to maintain platinum in your area? Every area is different. Do you know deliveries?
I think it's 100, but I'm not even really sure, because
that's a lot, right?
I'll never have, Yeah. I'll never hit that because of the multi-apping. I'll never hit that.
Yeah. Well, and because of your kids are home, you have your wife, you have jobs, this is you're piecemealing this into
and
your
we're not
other
even getting that many DoorDash. Like when we go out, maybe we get like maybe 5 or 6 a shift.
That's
takeable. I guess here's my point. If you guys worked, this might be wrong, but let's see if it is. If you guys work twice as many hours, and that includes Lou going out alone, doing gig work, you only did DoorDash, and you took every order, would you even still have a possibility of getting it?
No.
Because time wouldn't allow it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even if you were taking junk.
Impossible. That would be impossible. I'm doing a good job right now on my lunch hour, and keep on. I have to be back at my computer when my lunch hour is over. What's going on there, Nova Hustles? Are we doing well? I've been doing pretty good consistently, making a minimum of $20 during my lunch shift.
Okay.
Which to me is fantastic. It's like, okay, if I could do $20 just on my lunch shifts alone, that's $400 a month. That's huge.
So I need to ask Kim. Kim, when you are not, what is the percentage for Instacart to be good?
What do you mean to be good?
What does that mean?
In their program of getting the better orders, or
you have to complete. I forget how many. For I don't know how much diamond is. Platinum, it's 1,000, so it's 10. So it's what is that? I don't even know. My math.
Oh, I thought there was still a metric though that you had to do.
Besides customer service, that's about it.
Yeah, I don't think they really care. Honestly,
I thought a few weeks back we were weighing. When I was saying it, because I remember defending them for one of the first times ever and saying at least they're transparent.
They are transparent.
Right, a $4 order with a $0 tip. That's very in 122 units. That's very.
There's not going to be a hidden tip.
I'm transparently not going to do it.
Right, exactly.
No, theirs goes by strictly customer service score and however many batches you complete
overall.
Yes.
Not over any
every
for 3 months you got
for a 3-month period.
Okay. That's what I was.
We're definitely on our lowest time of Instacart. It's been disappointing too, because we enjoy doing Instacart, but people are just not tipping on there at all, and the orders have been untakeable. Another part of the issue is we can't do Walmart. I don't put Instacart on when I go out to lunch because again I only have 1 hour, and
you don't have enough time.
I don't have enough time to do Instacart. And one of my things is I am not if I have 10 minutes left to go in a shift and a really big order comes in, I can't deny it. I'm it's right there. I cannot say no to this money. What's going on, Marion? How you doing?
Marion needs you to make an expression.
Maybe
Marion, it'll just organically happen when she looks at Lou tonight. I don't know.
Probably. That's the thing. That's the thing with our channel is.
I was like with the sunglasses. I looked at him. What I got something on my sunglasses.
That's why our videos take so long to edit because, and why we can only do one video a week now because I just don't have as much time anymore. Is because I have to have those cameras rolling the entire 4 hours. Because I can't turn it on and turn it off because we'll miss something that actually ends up being funny because we just
turned it off.
Because I turned it off.
Right.
And that would kill me. If something like that happens, Mary will tell you, I will probably be talking about that situation for a day because I'll be so pissed off that the camera shut off at the wrong time.
Right.
And it would just get me so tilted.
So
you cut down to 2 cameras now.
I cut down to 2 cameras.
3 cameras.
Somehow make editing quicker. That kind of makes me sad.
So, but this is kind of what we're getting at though too, is that look, Kim, if you've watched Kim this week, she's done I'm maybe not one of the days, but I know at least 2, if not 3, she's done live streams of doing a catering order. That catering order knocks a huge amount of money out of the way, whether you're using a goal daily, I don't know if people are still doing it that way or just going out for a certain amount of time, doing what you can because you can only do what you can, but start getting smart about it. Not only multi-app, really start looking. There's so much out there now. And there's just more coming and coming and coming. And some of them are even regional to you guys. So I might not even know about them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's worth a look that maybe there are some catering stuff for the weekend, because there are people like having parties.
Well, I think I've spoken to Rob about it. And I think Delivered right now, there is he's gotten pretty tight with the people that Delivered, and there's pretty much a waiting list over here. So you can't even get on it.
Well, at least get on the waiting list.
Yeah.
I had the CEO on yesterday. And I've had Chris on before from Delivered, and he even said, I said, how many, because he was talking about driver portal. I said, how many Delivered drivers have set up the driver portal? Is it under 50%? And he's like, oh, way under. He's like 20% of people have actually done it. And this is supposed to dramatically help you. What is it? I think it's drive.delivered, the way they spell it, .io. Driver or something. But yeah, so that link takes you to if you guys don't already know, you're supposed to set this up. I did admit to him transparently, I hadn't done it either. So
it's in Steve's. You did a community post yesterday, so go check out Steve's community. Check out Steve's community post.
He's over there.
Did I put it in there?
I know.
Did I put the link in there?
You did.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because it's in there, guys. And if you are on Delivered, he was saying, of course you should set it up, but he was doing it so nonchalantly. I'm going, this sounds really important. Should we emphasize this? Because he said, go in and you make your zone, and it's going to make sure that things aren't going to opportunity board before they're offered. I mean, it fixes a lot of the problems some of you might be having.
I did mine when it first came out, the portal. And when I was watching last night, I'm like, did I do it? He made me second guess. I'm like, did I do it all? Did I miss something? So even I went back last night, and there were 2 things that I did miss that wasn't there that I remember being there before. But it's definitely worth, even if you've done it, to go back and double check to make sure everything's done correctly.
Yeah, one thing I know that was put in there for you guys that might be important is that, and for anybody listening, is that if there are certain days you cannot do Delivered, period, go in and turn them off in the portal, because then you don't get alerts. Because if you guys aren't aware, it is a weird system. You're not penalized, but you're not rewarded if you don't respond to the offers. Yes or no. He doesn't care if you respond no. But you have 5 minutes when it comes in. So if on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I can never do these, then go in there and turn them off so you're not getting notifications.
Good. Right.
That's great. Yeah. So the ideal situation is being able to set up to pick up an order potentially during that lunch hour, easily get that thing, dropped off during that hour, and make more money than I would trying to grab 3 orders on the 3 apps.
So Ellen, did you do the portal after seeing that last night, or were you already on it? Because again, like Kim said, even if you guys are aware of portal, go back in. I think there's a lot more filters. I don't know.
There is, even last night, because I didn't remember this being there initially, you can set your parameters on the map that you want to pick up from. But on the bottom, I swear this wasn't there before, but maybe I'm wrong and I just missed it. It says, will you accept an order outside of your, zone? If it is, you can choose $40, $50, $60, $70. So if there's a big order and you want, they're going to give you the option to get it if it means that it's going outside of your pickup zone. So I don't remember that being there before. So I set that parameter last night.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're curious, so the, what they do is you can set it so that I know that Brian from Pittsburgh, he lives a little outside of town, and Tim Gigwise in St. Louis, they have it set of here's my zone, whatever it is. But then they have anything over $100 though. You show it to me. I might go. Yeah. That's a setting.
Drop what I'm doing. I'm out.
Yeah.
It's for you, Lou. It might be 200 plus. I'll call into work.
Yeah. Mary said, my wife's in labor. I said, I'm sorry, wife. Have that kid. I gotta go deal with this.
So, what I will tell you is, Delivered deactivated you for not responding enough. That's what I was just referring to. Go into the portal and set it up so that, just turn it off on the days you don't want to get those notifications, because they are going to come through. I think most of us know you learn the times when they really come through.
Can you set
like
the
many
times
apps,
too,
you'll
or
learn the
no?
times. Yeah.
Yeah, they give you like a time frame in the portal. Like they give you, I forget what the time frames were. I just did it last night just to verify it, but I want to say it was like, I forgot, something until like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. to whatever. Like they give you like blocks that that you're available that you can set.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So in Long Island right now, or this summer, what has been the app for you? Where's DoorDash with you guys?
Uber's been the winner.
Uber, yeah, it's been weird,
DoorDash,
honestly.
so I'm just wondering if you're gonna make me happy.
I'm just gonna say it's been a real, like, every day is different. Every day is one day is a DoorDash day, another day is an Uber day.
The lunches usually seem to be more of a DoorDash. Right?
Yeah, lunch has definitely been more of a DoorDash. Yeah, honestly, it's just a mix. I mean, it's not Grubhub, it's DoorDash and Uber. And then really everybody else kind of tailing behind.
And this past two weekends, DoorDash shopping, has been a thing.
And shipped has been very available. For a long time you couldn't get anything on Shipt. Shipt has been very available. But as always, we're very, very picky about what shops we take. I don't know.
Didn't you guys
picky,
even not?
We're very picky.
I know you had it still, but weren't you pretty much not using Shipt at all for a while?
We weren't.
I know you used it a lot in the beginning.
There was nothing, and
it was
the tips are so hit or miss. Like we did 4 shops this past weekend, we got 2 tips.
Yeah, we got 2 tips. But
we knew we weren't going to get one because
we got a 1-star in that order, by the way.
Oh yeah,
you'll see. Yeah, 1 star. Well, yeah. I'll tell you what happened because it's me on the video, but only so many people are going to watch the video. So we were at Stop and Shop doing an order, and Shipt pings us for another order at Stop and Shop.
And we were in the store.
So okay, boom, take it. Don't even think twice about it. And it was a good order. We go to ring up the first order and everything's fine. The second order, I get an error on the phone and it wouldn't let us put it through. So I was like,
no, we were able to check out.
We're able to check out. I just couldn't complete the order in the app.
Right.
So, but we had the address. Shipt tells you what the addresses are. So I'm like, all right, let's figure this out. Let's go deliver the first customer's stuff and figure this out. I go on the phone with Shipt. Shipt it was having so much trouble trying to fix the problem.
We actually delivered the one order, and we're still having issues with the second order.
Yeah, we sat, and eventually Shipt's like, okay, we figured out the problem. You can now go and deliver the order. Then we noticed that the order was to be delivered 2 hours from the time. So we received the order like at 6:30 or something, and the drop off was from 8 to 9, and it wasn't early okay. But Shipt said that we should go and deliver it.
And we don't know this because we're in the middle of the other shop, and we didn't look to see what time the delivery was, because why would Shipt send us an order that is 2 hours away when we're in the shop?
Not early okay.
Right.
So we go and we just deliver the order. I think there might have been one frozen item in there, but whatever. We go and deliver the early. Some people don't put early okay because they don't realize that. And then, we're driving away, and we might have already been like on the next order that we were doing. Yeah, we were doing that DoorDash Aldi order.
Yes.
And the customer says, why did you leave my stuff out there? It's hot out, which first of all wasn't hot out. Why did you leave my stuff out there? I specifically put early was not okay. So why would you? So it's like, okay, we're not getting a tip. And she gave us a 1 star. And I even responded to her. I was like, oh, well, we had a problem and Shipt told us to deliver the order. I basically tried to throw it back on Shipt. Because the fact and I said we were in the middle of another order when we got your order. Why would they, we're in the middle of trying to scan something. We can't sit here and try and analyze this other order while we're in the middle of doing another order that wasn't okay. We're in the store. What are we supposed to do with their food now? We take this order. Am I supposed to just
hold it for 2 hours?
Hold it for 2 hours? And it was a small order. It was 5 items, so it wasn't even a big order. So it was just very frustrating. So Shipt is a gamble, but if it makes sense, we're very picky about these orders. My buddy, he takes a lot of DoorDash shops, these Aldi orders that think of taking, because we're really focused on, we need to be doing less items than the dollar amount. So we're just very picky.
So it can be a fast.
So we can get through it quick.
Fast shop to get to the next one.
Yeah.
I have not had in my area all the Aldi orders, including Instacart, even DoorDash. Like the units are like 108 units, 100.
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous.
Like
and
they're
Aldi, like our
ridiculous.
Aldi's, and Aldi's are a mess.
But you know why that is, Kim? Because Aldi, and I don't know if you have any Lidl's, but we have Lidl here.
Yeah.
They're so much cheaper than everybody else.
Right.
So people can buy 100-something items.
Yeah, but like the orders are like $10. I'm sorry, I'm not going to shop 110 units for $10.
Yep.
Like I have not seen one decent Aldi order come into my phone on any platform.
Yeah,
but yet I think Bud Soda's here. Bud Soda gets fantastic ones, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't see them.
Yeah, so is my buddy Rob. He gets solid all the orders. He's able to bang them out quick. The one thing with Aldi is, it's one of those stores that if you know it, you could probably bang out the orders so fast. But if you don't know it, because they don't label anything there, they don't have any, the aisles and all that stuff to tell you what's in aisles. Aldi can be a complete nightmare. Plus, it's all the ones around here are just a complete mess. It's like a war zone, worse than Walmart. War zones.
So Marion saying these gig apps are supposed to be tech companies, and look at what happened today with Spark. If you don't know, Spark was glitchy today. Look, let's just clear this up. Clear this up once and for all. They're not. None of them are tech companies. I challenge any one of them to come on this podcast. Come on, and we'll have a talk, and I'll be very nice, and you can just explain to me in any facet how you're a tech company, because it is very easy. They are simple dispatch companies. That's it. Mm-hmm. With a very pricey algorithm behind it.
Yep.
That's all they are.
Which is why I don't try and figure out the algorithm, because they would never be able to figure out the algorithm.
But I know the last time we talked, we had a whole conversation about Uncle Giuseppe's. I started shopping them. I got them down pat by now, and now I'm a fan. Before, not so much.
Uncle Giuseppe's definitely one of those places where if you shop it enough, you'll figure it out. But Uncle Giuseppe's just so. I mean, I don't know how they are by you, but by us, they're huge.
They're massive.
Yeah.
So
and on Sundays they're packed.
Yep. And you get a good lounge singer once in a while.
Yeah.
So I'm glad Bud Soda brought this up, because one article I was reading, this is kind of we always get these funny ones once in a while. So this is if you're only tipping $2.50, customer asks Instacart shopper to break the law so they wouldn't have to come downstairs. I'll run through this real quick because it's just another story that everybody can relate to. An Instacart shopper exposed the crazy demands of a customer who only initially tipped $2.50. The customer ended up reducing it to $0. In a viral video, the person's name breaks down the Instacart horror story. The video received 15,000 views since Tuesday. Joe explains the customer lives in a self-described brand new luxury apartment. He says their $2.50 tip was the first red flag. So I'm driving to the store. Yeah, I mean, don't take it, dude.
Yeah.
But so I'm driving to the store because this gets more interesting to me. I just can relate to this kind of weirdness. So I'm driving to the store, shopping for your groceries, checking out your groceries, then taking it to you. You tipped me $2.50, but you had the audacity to be like the brand Next Luxury Apartments, and you didn't have to do all that. He said, or I think they meant the same as before, but the customer referred to their apartment in that manner in the delivery instructions. He said that also in a delivery instruction, the customer told him to park in front of the door for 10 minutes. The area is a no parking area. You want me to risk my car being towed so you don't have to come downstairs?
Oh my God.
And so, as Joe sees it, a $2.50 tip does not warrant such expectations. The thing is, if you're only tipping $2.50, do you expect excellent, amazing service? So Joe shares screenshots of the manner in which this was happening, and when the store did not have their requested brand of fries, Joe instead bought Instacart recommended substitution brand of seasoned fries. This led to the customer to send a message that read, "Hey, we don't want those fries," followed by, "You didn't even ask us. You just replaced them with some random fries." Now, this is going on the back of a $2.50 tip that's now been pulled and turned to $0. And they're still talking to the, I mean, man, you're risking your luxury
What would you
apartments
say
being
in this
burned down.
situation, Mary?
Oh my God. Yeah, that's
I think
terrible.
Mary would probably throw the phone.
Yeah. Well, first of all, as you're shopping, they can see you substituting and you can just say, "Do not substitute. Please refund." Like, it's as easy as that.
Right. Oh
Well,
my God.
so he said, according to Joe, the customer waited too long to say something about the substituted fries. You waited
Okay.
5 minutes to tell me that you didn't want the fries after I was checking out. So
Right.
a small back and forth via Instacart messaging ensues, and Joe let the customer know it was too late to find yet another brand of fries. And then Joe got a different kind of message from Instacart. His $2.50 tip had been adjusted to $0. Now he's still with the food.
Oh, even before he dropped it off, he dropped down the tip?
He gets a message from Instacart saying, "Hey, that big tip we had you."
I would call Instacart and be like, "Listen,
Yeah,
I just got paid nothing for this.
I'm leaving this food over here on this street. Please have somebody else come and pick it up."
Well, that became my question. So I always thought Instacart covered up to $20 of tip baiting too. I thought they were. I thought that was something they did.
I had something similar happen to me a couple weeks, not with the apartment, but I had a lady who wanted a very specific chicken, but they didn't have the big pack. They had a small pack. So I had messaged her and it was a refund. So I'm like, well, the small pack, big pack, I'll just get 2 small packs, but I wanted her approval first because Instacart now does that thing where it says this customer won't be satisfied with your substitution. Do you guys get that?
Yes. Yeah.
Whatever. So I messaged her. Didn't message me back, so I just refunded the chicken because they didn't get back to me.
Right.
So then I drop it off and I get a message from Instacart that they covered the tip because the customer took away the tip due to me not getting the chicken.
And you did and I think that's why it's super important. So one of my favorite sayings from the insurance world, and it's really in everything, and I feel it's very important with gig apps, CYA, cover your ass. Right? Can I say ass on this show?
Just did.
I just did. It happened. It's not your butt. Quick. That's not really curse anymore. No, cover your butt. I think that the chats in the apps are the way to cover your butt, which is like exactly what you did. You did exactly what you were supposed to do as the shopper, and the customer then takes away the tip. Well, you can point back. Look, I tried to have the communication. I go back to the ship customers. I think the ship customers are the most neediest of all the customers, and you need to treat those the ship customers like their children, and with rubber gloves on. And that woman that we dealt with that gave the 1 star and was all upset. She's a perfect example.
Well, can you get that taken off?
I could probably try if I really cared enough, but I just don't care enough to do it because we do such little shipped. I really don't care. And I don't really think it's going to affect us in any way because I'm seeing how many orders are available, which says to me that people just aren't doing shipped. What's going on, gig work mama? Hope you're doing good. So I don't think people are doing, I really believe that people have stopped doing shipped because of the percentage of people in our area that aren't tipping just makes it way too much of a gamble and would rather do the other apps. At least, look, as terrible as Instacart is, and they've been really bad over here, horrendous.
And by the way, I need to side note that because they used to have great Instacart.
Yeah,
we did. We used to, and you know what though? I bet we will again. Everything, it's there was a time Uber was terrible, then all of a sudden Uber is great. DoorDash is terrible, all of a sudden DoorDash is great. Shipt is terrible, all of a sudden it's great. It's this is why you can't get used to doing one thing and you can't stay complacent doing one thing because it's like even like let's say Deliver, okay, Delivered might be great now, maybe it's not going to be great. There's going to be a point where maybe it's not as fantastic. All of them, like it's why if you're not multi-apping, we always say if not multi-apping, we know that our audience, they're multi-apping because they're watching. The ones who are watching your stuff, watching Kim's stuff, watching our stuff. They multi-app because they're aware of how to do it. I love, like, one of my favorite questions. I hate it. I actually really hate the question. And Kim, I know you get it because we're next to the other driver. You know, usually maybe something younger kid, something older kid, and he's doing the Uber. Oh, how's DoorDash? Well, it's the same as that. Just do them all. Like, get on them all. Like, you got to wait the waiting list. You wait on it. Like, it's the same exact thing. It's literally the same exact customers ordering from both. It's not like the Uber customer just has more money and is tipping more. Like, so that when I get that question, oh, how's that app?
Plus, you got to wait. You got to weigh your market. I'm going to tell you guys something. I go and visit friends of mine in Durango often. Perfect example. Durango, it has a small mountain college. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite Colorado towns. And if you take the whole surrounding area, you're looking at about 30,000 population. They have Uber Eats there. They have Uber, Lyft. They have Instacart. There is no DoorDash in Durango. They're not even there. You can't. Nobody. There's no DoorDash to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. But I'm not even saying it's slow. They're not there.
Yeah. Well, and look, like, that's going to be a thing. But you know, then that if you're doing something there, either you got to travel or you just adapt.
Yeah.
Adapt. Yeah. Like I said earlier, you know. Multiple streams. There's so many different ways to have multiple streams of income. It's not even just gig apps. I mean, there's so many things that, like, you know, that we don't talk about right now. There's so many, like, ways to Google how to earn extra money. I've watched, you know, YouTube channel, top 25 ways to earn a side income, and it's not all gig apps. There's so many different things. It's just a matter of and that's the great thing about gig work. I saw Bud Soda. He said he does 10 to 12 hours, but I also know Bud Soda is a smart guy, and Bud Soda, I'm sure, has other little things he's doing during the times that he's down that he's making more money.
Would you say that one day you were sitting waiting for an order in the car? You're like, I'm going to do a survey.
Yeah, like why not? You know, just do something. Like,
or you're just waiting for the order to come in.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
I wanted to get Bud Soda. I wanted to get Bud Soda.
Noah Dasher's here, by the way. Noah Dasher. I want to give back a shout out to Noah Dasher. This guy's the man.
Oh, wait.
Noah Dasher.
Real quick. This is Bear Soda, by the way.
Noah Grind. I feel Noah Dasher. Noah Grind.
And the reason it's Bear Soda is these are actually Bud Soda sunglasses from St. Louis 3 years ago.
They're fantastic.
But yeah, but I was gonna get Bud Soda a shirt that said killing deer and buying beer. Just kidding, Bud Soda. Even though I'm not. You're going for the hat trick, buddy.
I have so much respect for the guys like Noah Grind, Bud Soda. Noah Grind, you know, he's you guys know he's a book boy. We battle it out. We battle it out in the tables. Me and Noah Grind. I've known him for a long time. Grinding and making money so many different ways. I know Bud Soda. Like, I respect Bud Soda. I respect Noah Grind. I respect anybody. Kim, all you guys.
Of course, he's been lurking in the back. Yeah. What's up, Nola? What's up, David?
All you guys that don't settle, that just keep on grinding and grinding and grinding. You know, whatever different ways you got to do to make up for the fact that things are tough right now. Things suck right now.
Yeah.
But they can suck less.
I always say there's money to be made. You have to go and find the money to make it. Like, it's not like the old days where money just, like, it's pouring in and it's coming to you. Yeah. Like, you now have to go out and find it, and it might not be gig apps. It could be part of it. Like, gig apps can be part of it, but there's other ways of gaining income. You have to go out and hustle to go get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you guys do alcohol delivery? I'm just curious. Does Long Island?
We try not to. But once in a while,
especially when we do the night shifts.
Yeah, especially never do them during the night shifts. We try not to. But once in a while, it'll happen if it's good enough. But for the most part, just try to avoid it. Because of the potential law issues that can happen. Yeah. God forbid that we end up dropping off to somebody who might be intoxicated. We don't feel like we are qualified to determine if somebody is intoxicated or not. And we're also not willing to put ourselves in a situation to tell somebody who's intoxicated, I'm sorry, you cannot have this alcohol, because that's a dangerous situation.
Oh,
Right.
big
So
time. And that's
so
and
just
even
trying to
if you
avoid it.
are even if you are prepared, it's just why are you prepared for making $7
Right.
or
The
$9? Like it
the
just
money's
is
not
not.
worth the risk. Even if it
Yeah,
was $100, even if it was $100,
yeah, no, it's
$100 or prison.
look, I did that
Well,
industry for
or prison.
25 years and I don't
So
deliver any alcohol because I know better. That's just and
Mhm.
even when Lou was saying not night, I'll tell you some of the scariest people are anybody that's ordering between like 7 and noon because
oh
those are
yeah,
the people
Right.
who have been up all night
yup.
Right.
and they're not going to be
It's
pretty and they're not going to
yeah.
be nice.
And
Mhm.
God forbid, God forbid, you serve, if not serve, if you deliver alcohol, again, even like anything with the license, I'm not qualified to tell if this license is legit or not.
Right.
I don't have that training, so it's very scary. Once in a while, a lot of times when it happens by mistake. Or it happened with an Instacart, maybe an Instacart order and didn't realize it was in there after taking it, and it's like part of something else. But for the most part, pretty much try and avoid it like the plague. It's just not worth the potential of. I mean, you can go to jail.
Mhm.
So let me ask both of you guys because I won't even look at them. Kim, what is the highest you've seen for an alcohol payment, whether you took it or not, and then you guys too? What's the high? Even though I'm against
50,
it, I'm just curious.
54.
Okay, going a very short distance.
No, it was
Okay.
22 miles. But
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we see too. Is like a lot of the alcohol deliveries we see are ridiculous anyway. They're going like 20 something miles. Like it would be like liquor store over here going to like
It doesn't make any sense.
yeah, going to Queens.
They make no sense. And
see, that's like that flour thing that we were talking about,
Yeah.
Lou. Like, why
we
don't
said it
they
was like
just
a
have somebody over
DoorDash
there
or
do it?
Instacart.
There's some shenanigans going on when there's stuff like that.
I always think that's the apps trying to play repositioning. Like it's not so much about you taking it from there because they could probably get it taken from an alcohol store a half a mile from the delivery, or a mile. So why are they having you go 18 miles or Kim go 18 miles? I have a feeling it's more about like, let's get Kim over here.
Yeah, but
the one that I did, I don't think that was the case. I think the place that the alcohol, it's a very big alcohol place and it's the only one in the area. So I really think it's just a matter of they had a customer order online and they that was their way of shipping it to the customer.
So, wait, this is interesting. I had a California one. I once saw a $200 order on IC for all rare whiskey that the store refused to give. What does that mean?
Interesting. So the store refused to give the
store refused to sell it to her.
Wow.
For the Instacart customer. Huh.
I mean,
well, then you know what? That shouldn't be a store that's on Instacart.
Can the store know? Well, the store knows who is.
Well,
I think there's so much more to that because, does the store know who the customer is? Has the customer already ordered? That's interesting. I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, with Instacart, I know a couple places you actually have to go in and shop for it. It's not like one of those orders that are already pre-done. Like you actually have to go shop for it.
You have to shop for it. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that alcohol place, whatever it was, is this why is this person buying? I'm making this up. 6 whiskeys,
Yeah, it's interesting though because why would the store care?
That's this same thing here. Home-based income, same that's interesting. High-end name brand, for Sergio's birthday. I don't want to get it wrong. I'm gonna call him 55, but it wasn't his 55th. But it was this last year, and I sent him a very nice bottle of whiskey on Uber Eats. But I put in the tips that and so they did that through Uber Eats for me sending it to them. And I said, I put in a tip and I said, but there's another $30 in it if you sing happy birthday to Sergio. And so the guy ended up being a rideshare driver who knew of Sergio.
Oh my God, you were one of those customers who put in weird notes.
Yeah, but I said to Sergio, I said, I need to know if I'm tipping him. He goes, he sang me happy birthday perfectly.
So good. So good.
It's
from that home-based income. Home-based income, Long Island. I believe it's from Long Island.
So, here it is. The liquor manager refused to give it to the Instacart customer because the bottles are rare. So what? They bought them. Don't sell. What are you collecting them?
Right. Why are you on Instacart if you're not going to sell it to Instacart?
So weird.
Yeah.
Such a weird situation.
Oh, she's from
So
Freeport.
but I mean, like because Instacart, I mean, I don't know if it does on booze. That's a whole law that actually I've never even looked into. I don't know how they take their cut of booze. I would imagine it's just pricing on top, because the liquor distributors have a way of working, whether packaged liquor or for bars and restaurants, where you have price points. You really can't bend them. You can't play with them.
Yeah.
So like, if the store is going to make X amount, who cares? You just sold it.
What a weird situation.
What are you like? I'm saving it for a customer that comes into the store. Who care? Why are you even letting the apps in if that's how you're going to treat it?
Right.
Oh my God.
So I mean, like, I thought you were trying to, I guess the only thing I could say is a little different is, and I don't know the situation, is there's a difference between high and expensive brands and like a Pappy. If you guys aren't familiar with Pappy's about $300 a bottle, which is not the most expensive bourbon. However, I would challenge any of you to go out and find one at any liquor store in your city, and you won't be able to find one. It's called Pappy Van Winkle, and it's usually dished out around Christmas because they only make so many bottles. But every liquor store you would go and ask,
I know, right?
Every liquor store you'll go and ask will have a bottle or 10 or 20 of Pappy in their building, but they never sell them to just some person asking.
Yeah.
So that's kept for like select customers. So that's the only thing I can think of, is if you're talking about extreme.
Can you find it in tequila bars?
If I wanted to go out and get one right now, I could go to every packaged liquor, and I know some packaged liquor people here in Denver, and I could not get it in any store. If I went to every bar I knew, I might find one.
No, but can you go to like a tequila bar, like a bar that is basically like a tequila bar? Do you guys have tequila bars?
Yeah, it's not like tequila.
Like I'm thinking of like, and it's just like, but I'm thinking of going to Disney World, and in the Mexican pavilion, they actually have a tequila bar that only sells tequila.
Right.
So would they have it? Like if you went to a bar?
Would they have top end whiskey in a tequila bar?
What you're talking about, whatever you said you can't get.
Oh, he said that there was a wait list for those bottles.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be available on Instacart then.
Those were all. Yeah. So I mean, you're talking about that. I mean, to be honest, Pappy Van Winkle has about 5 or 6 different brands. They're not the largest. You guys can all look them up. I know it's a crazy, funny name, Pappy Van Winkle, and it almost sounds like that's a top end. That is to a whiskey drinker. Even ones that buy $800 bottles, they'd rather pay $5-6 for one.
Too fancy for Instacart.
What's going on, Melly?
But I mean, again, if you are holding on to inventory, I know from running a bar, you don't want to hold on to a 600 bottle of bourbon. You want to sell that thing as quick as you can.
Right. If there's a wait list, then why is it even on the shelf? That doesn't make any sense.
That
makes no sense.
Seems even weird that it was even available.
Maybe it's just a way of like tricking customers in. Maybe they don't even have those.
I don't know, I guess because I am a businesswoman, I've ran multi-million-dollar stores before. Why wouldn't you want to sell your inventory? Like that's money in your bank.
Right.
Yeah, that makes no
in any
sense.
kind of mass production, Kim, I 100% agree. I mean, that's the fact. But what I'm saying is Pappy makes such a small amount that like a liquor store might get 3 cases and they're like, that's all you're getting this year. And they kind of put them aside for their loyal customers that really are like cigar connoisseurs and like to get 1 bottle of Pappy a year. So yeah. No, Johnny, we're not talking about no. That's called gig worker bourbon.
Yep. That's after a good shift.
Yeah, but I wouldn't understand why you'd do that. Kim's right. I mean, like, if you have it, why wouldn't you? There are some circumstances where somebody doesn't have a Coors factory like we do here, where they can just produce. So they can only do what they can do.
Well, maybe they're just nervous about the Instacart shopper stealing the order.
Well, I was thinking, like, I started thinking about that Pappy thing, and I'm thinking, man, if I had an app, like, why wouldn't I just I got all 5 bottles of Pappy here, make you come in there and then replace it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, or can't find it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know. I mean, again, when I was reading this article that we were talking about there on Instacart, so I mean, some of the responses were, like, just to to let it roll as long as possible and enjoy the air conditioning, and then just cancel it as you walk out. Another was like this, never there's a bunch of responses in here about never replace items, just don't do it. So I'm wondering, is that system set up so poorly that you would get many people like this who are like, why did you get me?
How do you feel about how do you feel about the Instacart replacement? The suggestions that they replace, like, because you're way more savvy shopper than I am. What do you think about the replacements?
Most of them are pretty comparable. So if they don't have, if the I was going to say patient, if the customer doesn't have one listed there, it's usually like pretty comparable to what they have. And like Kim said, like, if it's a different size, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, as a customer, so, like, I'd be like, I still want that product. I don't care if it's a smaller size. Give me 2 of it because that's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm lazy. I'm not going to the store, so I trust you.
You know what's interesting? It's actually interesting you bring that, because I had an interesting situation similar to that the other night when I was out doing a shift. I did a DoorDash. It was a CVS 1 item for motion sickness medicine, and they had 1 left. It was great. I got it. Perfect. I literally roll up to the customer's house, and they send me a message saying, if they don't have that 1 in stock, please refund it. And I was already in front of their house.
I mean, this is,
too sad, too bad. That's the way I look at
it. She's like, don't replace it with something else. Just get me that specific one.
Well, luckily you got the right one, but you already checked out. So
I was in front of her house,
so she must have known already.
I was like, that's awkward.
I guess here's Mad Dasher. What's up, Mad Dasher?
No, but that's not right. Uber Eats is very hard to exchange to replace stuff. Is it the opposite?
I was going to say, I don't think any of them should be offering replacement unless you are picking a replacement.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed. They don't
because
know.
Those generic, if it doesn't have this, get them this. That is gonna upset a lot of people. Honestly, like, dude, I specifically don't eat that. I hate that.
Honestly, I think we probably wouldn't even be talking about substitutions if places like Instacart and sometimes Uber Eats, if they didn't reduce your tip based off of you finding the items, right? So as a shopper, you want to find every item, because if you don't, your tip is going to keep going down and down and down and down, which is where replacement comes in. So if they would actually, I hate to say, be like DoorDash, like your tip is what you tip, whether you get 10 items or 5 items.
It's so less stressful. Yeah.
It's so less stressful, but you don't feel bad refunding someone's money if they really didn't want to have it. It's almost like you're forcing us to tell the customer, well, take this, because you don't want your tip to be reduced. Take that away, and we wouldn't have a conversation.
I think I saw a funny meme once. I forget where it was, of an Instacart shopper like climbing shelves to get this 1 item because it was so far behind because she couldn't afford. You don't want to have because you're right. You miss 1 item, and the hit on missing 1 item is like, it could be huge.
Mm-hmm.
Especially,
that's me.
Especially when it's the high ticket item. Oh man, I took an Uber Eats Staples order. This was a weird one. It was on my lunch break too, and they wanted a bunch of umbrellas, and a external SSD drive. And I was really nervous they weren't going to have the SSD drive. In fact, they didn't have the SSD. SSD drive. It's a hard drive for a computer. It's like $200. And they didn't have the one they wanted. And I was like, oh God, this is gonna suck if I'm just freaking getting umbrellas and not this SSD drive. Luckily, the customer was there and they were paying attention. Luckily, I know things about computers and hard drives of all things. That I was like, okay, get this one. It's like the same exact thing. And he's like, oh, okay, so that, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, the hit where DoorDash, very stress-free, easy, because you know you're getting an amount. Even Shift is stress-free because their base pay they give, it doesn't go down.
Right.
And you don't know if you're getting a tip anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, Uber Eats and Instacart,
still
that's
has
why
the preferred customer too, don't they?
They do,
Yeah.
but then it's not good
It's
for
not
us.
what it was.
We have some preferred customers, but it's no good because
I need
that.
that. I'm sure.
Yep.
Like I am. When you were saying, Lou, like there was a meme of someone like climbing the shelves. Like that's totally
do
me
that.
because
You had
I'm
to do
so
that
short.
the other day, right?
Kim,
Yeah, I did it. It's gonna be in the video. I climbed
at Big Lots.
at Big Lots. I needed something on the top shelf, and it just happened. You know how the employees have their stairs. One of them left the stairs, so employee left the stairs over there. I was like, "Oh, perfect," because I need to get up there. So I actually climbed the stairs. I said it as I was going. I was like, "Okay, if I fall, this is a lawsuit."
Yeah, but,
Kim,
like,
just grab like
I'm
4
kind of
cans of soup when you walk in, and when you need some, just throw it at it and wait for it to come down.
No, but I guess it comes from my retail career days that like I used to scale walls all the time. Like it was just nothing to me. So like, okay, I'll just climb 2 shelves, grab the top one, come back down. I'm good. Like I know my weight and how much a shelf holds.
Yep.
Yep.
But the problem is
Mary
that
spot me.
somebody sees you doing it. They're like, "Oh, we can do that." And like all of a sudden, everybody's
I know,
climbing.
that's it.
And then the weight distribution.
Then
gets
I'm gonna
thrown
get
off.
the YouTube. Gonna get the YouTube comment. I broke my leg because I saw you guys do it on the video.
Short girl problems. What can I say?
So I wanted to bring this up from because he said, nope, it will go through if you just go to the register. Then he said, just say you have the right item and ring in a. How do you do that?
What?
Oh yeah, well
wouldn't-
because you could just say on Instacart you could say the item is correct because there are some items that won't scan or it's a
You
glitch.
just scan
So
it
you can
twice
say
and then go bypass
you
it.
can say the item is correct. Yeah.
But aren't you? But I'm guessing something flagged that for it wasn't about like.
Yeah, but the money won't match up because doesn't Instacart as you're going along?
I mean,
wasn't the app like no?
I think that's very dangerous to do because that could like as Kim said earlier, ratings I think are like really the most important thing on Instacart, and getting pinged with bad ratings can definitely hurt. Like that's how you would get deactivated on Instacart. I always look at Instacart for any, what's cool about Instacart is they'll actually tell you when a customer disputed something, and Instacart in the app gives you the opportunity to respond to that dispute, like saying an item was missing or an item was broken. And people do that. I remember Five Below Water that they said that the case that we gave them was missing, and I knew that we have it on video, like literally have it on video of getting the case and delivering it. So I was able to dispute that. I like that Instacart does that, but that's like I'd say be very careful because if the customer,
he's talking about UE, not IC.
Uber Eats. Okay, well,
but
yeah, I don't know.
Still, it's kind of one and the same.
I guess so. We've never we've been to customer. We do Instacart. We haven't done Instacart in a while. We've been the customer on the Instacart end. I don't know how it is on the Uber Eats end. What the customer sees. I think it's very different though, because I know like when you're doing a shop on Uber Eats, it's a complete nightmare when you want to take a picture of something, because half the time they can't even see the picture, or they can't blow up the picture to be able to see what you're taking a picture of. What's going on, Melly? Thank you guys for putting up respecting YouTube. Never would have known how stressful replacements can be. I mean, Melly is a customer. Melly is not a driver. She's never done the gig app. She is a customer, very loyal viewer of ours. And I
remember her from other lives. She even said up here as a customer, she's saying I always put in replacement options.
Yeah.
So good for you. Tell other people to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Melly is the customer we all want. And we hope one day to get lucky enough to have Melly as our customer.
Yeah. So what was this then? If I only do it if the customer says in text that they want an item after I send them a picture of an item. So I have proof.
Okay, yeah. I think that's fine. We had a situation on Uber Eats, and we were pissed. where we did have the conversation with the customer, and the customer said, okay, I want that item, and Uber Eats wouldn't let us do the replacement because of the price of the replacement. So I called up Uber Eats and I said, we have this message between the customer, this is what they want, and Uber Eats said, well, you can't do it, so, and this is the only item that they wanted, so we're going to cancel the order. So they canceled I felt so bad for the customer because we had the conversation. We were going to do it. We were going to get it for them, everything. And
right,
Uber
that
Eats,
was the Staples order.
Yeah, no, at Target.
Oh, okay.
And Uber Eats just canceled the order.
Yeah, Uber Eats will not let you sell up, which is bad. Like, it's more money, so I don't understand why they won't let you sell up.
Yeah, like no logical reason. That's why we really don't like doing Uber Eats orders, because they're and this is why we hated it when we lost Corner Shop, because Corner Shop, the app was passable, where Uber Eats shopping is infuriating because their app is not prepared to deal with shopping orders,
which is weird because they
deal with the chaos of shopping orders.
They have it.
My biggest thing right now with DoorDash, I have one supermarket. It's a chain, but it's like all around New Jersey. They did something to the app that nothing is an aisle number order anymore, and it drives me crazy. Like,
tell Mary about that one.
I hate those.
And it literally drives me crazy. And I've called support. They're like, we know about it. We're fixing it. Well, it's been like a month and a half, and still they're not fixing anything. But if you get like a big number shop, it could take you a long time because it's like literally all over the place trying to shop.
Disney. I hated those. Stop and Shop has gotten very, very good. They took away the aisles, but it's in order. So like you'll start at the deli and all your deli stuff is there, and then the next aisle. But yeah, those give me a headache. I get like seasick doing those where you have to like keep going back and forth. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they don't all work.
Help us help your stupid customer. I mean, your wonderful customer.
But I mean, Uber Eats had it though with Corner Shop. You know, Corner Shop started in Peru. Their organization was really well. I never got to use Corner Shop. We never had.
That was our biggest order. That was a great night.
Yeah. Once we got the message that Corner Shop was shutting down and going to Uber, we knew it was a disaster.
It was very sad.
So Spark does not allow adding products to a customer list. However, last week they took notes to pass along to higher ups. The customer reached out, asked me to add product. Spark could not do it.
That's it. To me, it's like, just like you said, these are not technology companies. And are they even customer service companies?
No.
No. And in fact, the customer service they did have in the United States, for those of us watching in the United States who work in the United States, they did have some service people here. They don't anymore. It's all outsourced.
Yeah.
To like the degree
you
of
called the other day for a problem, and with the whole thing with the ship, and it was like, where are you from?
Yeah. But that's not even a problem. That's just a problem like everywhere. That's a whole other podcast to talk about how terrible outsourcing is. All these companies do it.
No, we won't get into any goat jokes or anything, guys.
Yeah. It happens it's happening even in my industry so
it's roosters.
So Addie is joining us from California. I have platinum status and still can't dash now whenever I'd like.
Oh.
I'm guessing that this is partially because you're in California, Prop 22, and a lot of since it's been solidified for good, now they're finding some real workarounds, like how they can screw you a little more.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's what it is. Because isn't I thought that it was still very hard, but I thought that's what did get you Dash Now. Was the platinum, right?
Right. It's supposed to be.
I mean, isn't that the only reason you even go for it? What's the
right? Exactly. I'm very interested to see how it's going to be now that it's rolled out here on Long Island, and see if I have.
You guys are going to have to give us a status update.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I really want to know that, like, if scheduling is going to become an issue for me, because the scheduling is key. But I'm also curious to see, I'm really curious. Like, yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're going to talk about it. We're definitely going to have the conversation about it. Probably in a couple of weeks once we start to really get the feel, especially for these lunch shifts. The lunch shifts, it's kind of important having DoorDash on these lunch shifts and having the 3 apps. Considering I have the limited time of 1 hour, I really need all 3 apps. It's important.
We'll all be doing van life here soon.
Van life. I mean, I feel like van life is probably the way to go because listen, you don't have to pay your mortgage, you don't have to worry about a mortgage or anything like that, right? So you don't have to buy a lot of food because you don't have a lot of storage for the food. I feel like that's maybe the most economical way to live. Yeah, heck with it. Let's all just move to the forest.
Everybody rent your house out on Airbnb and just move into a van.
You know what? Let's all just go to live in a forest. We can get our own food, right? The plants, the animals. Let's just go back old school. Let's just do the caveman thing again. Yeah. Why not? That worked until they all got eaten.
It won't be an app where any money is exchanged, but we can have like the hunter-gatherer app.
Why not? You're right. Exactly. It's so funny. I talk about it all the time. These cell phones, I swear, are the best. I love having these conversations with my son too. These cell phones are the best and the worst things that ever happened to us. They're the best and the worst things that ever happened to us. They're great for the fact that we can make some more money, but I also feel like they're kind of both to blame in that we need to. But these things were also going on when our parents were grinding. They couldn't grind this stuff. They had to find other ways to make money, and we almost have it like easy compared to the generations before us.
Plus, it sounds kind of fun. Maybe it's just the point in life I'm at.
It is fun. That's the funny thing about it is I know we're still having fun with it. The video game aspect is still real. The excitement of firing up the app every single day. And, I love the word variance and the variance of every single day, not knowing what kind of day. Is it going to be a good day? Is it going to be a bad day? Yes, let's go, Noah. Sounds good to me. Let's just catch our dinner, heat it up, good to go. $100 bill. That's all we need for the week. We're good to go. I don't know. We don't even need to go to the woods. We need it to maybe,
we can just hunter gather in bear outfits from where DoorDash and Instacart orders are left.
Yeah.
Just how Amazon people drop packages off and then come back around the corner and take it. We can just sneak up like in a bear suit.
It's funny. That reminds me of another situation. Another funny situation I had during a shift 2 weeks ago. I had an Uber Eats order, and the drop off was I had the address correct, and it was to a business. And I go, and it was a car detailing place, and I go in there and I say, here's an order for whoever it was, and it's like, there's nobody who works here by the name. I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I went outside, double checked the address. It was 100% correct. The app, everything says I was at the correct address. I go to call the customer, and it goes, it says the number isn't available. So I do the whole thing, texting them. I wait the 10 minutes that you have to wait. And then it said, just leave the food there. So I was like, all right. So I went back. So I put the food down and took a picture, and I went back into the business like, hey guys, just so you know, there's Wendy's out there for you guys. Because this guy ain't coming to get it. So if you guys want Wendy's, it's outside your building. And they loved it. They're like, oh, great, thanks.
Yeah, it is weird. Like, I don't do it again. I don't do it as much as you guys, but like when DoorDash, like when I'll get into one of those weird apartment complexes, we have a bunch here, and I'm like, it's not the right building. It's not the right building. Like, well, it's supposed to be going to 5. I said, okay, well, this is building 2. Everything in here starts with a 2. It's the wrong building, and there is no building 5. And I've had that same kind of thing of do you want it? Or like the way they just give up hungry? for how they like penny pinch us on payment. The way they just don't give up is amazing. Screw it, keep it.
Yeah.
Actually, I was hoping that we could keep it, but it's like, all right, I feel good. I feel like giving. They're working hard in there. They're gonna have to fight over who gets the burger, but I'm sure they'll figure it out.
You guys, we had a ton of, I had 5 subjects. We got into one and it was a Daily Dot article.
I mean, like, what do you expect though? This is what
I know.
happens when we
I
get
really shouldn't have
together.
even picked anything because when we come here, that's what happens. So we do have to wrap it up, but I do have to mention this one thing because I did see this and I think this is a funny last story to walk out on. This is from August 14th, so yesterday. So we haven't heard much about the Serve Robotics, but the burger bots. This is on electric.co. If you guys are familiar with that, it's like a tech website. Burger bots, Serve Robotics, and Uber Eats to roll out autonomous robot deliveries for Shake Shack. The article goes on to say that only those trash can robots in LA will be delivering Shake Shack. They won't be helping drivers. They are going to be the first test pilot of no, we only use those trash cans.
All right. Well, good luck with your shakes.
I know, dude. These things.
How many shakes you can find on the ground?
Like, I know I've talked to you guys about it, but Kim and I have played enough of those videos here.
Don't worry, the milkshake will go all over the crime scene and it'll destroy the crime scene. It's all good.
Or that's why it's cutting through the crime scene. Man, I got a milkshake. Look, guys,
they have it in my door to school. They have. We got to see when we the last time that we were.
Yeah, they have the Kiwi bots.
Yeah. We saw the room. Did I send you a picture of it? The room with that they were all in the storage area for all the bots.
They hadn't released them yet.
Oh yeah. But see, to me, you were talking about campuses, right?
Yeah.
So to me, it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect when you're testing something, but that seems like, okay, good try.
That's like a condensed area where it's not going out in the middle of the street and like this little robot is going.
Could you imagine that in Manhattan? Could you imagine that in Manhattan? What would these people do to it in Manhattan?
Oh my God. First of all,
I mean, but they do them in LA. They do it in LA too, guys. We've talked about this. Like there were people kidnapping them. And not only hitting them with bats, throwing them in rivers, all the things we'd expect, trying to break them open, riding them.
Things we'd expect.
But they were taking them and throwing them in the trunk of their car and driving them out to like the Hollywood sign and putting them in the woods and going, live here, idiot.
Oh my God.
And so
honestly, I fully support people doing that because you know what? That's what should happen. Because you know why? Because those bots and those bots are taking jobs away from human beings, right? So you know what? Take those bots, throw them in the ocean, throw them in the river with the shakes.
And they do.
And they do.
Actually,
take the shake out first. You know, can you do that? Like with the bots, can you take the shake out?
No, they have to have a code. They have to
no,
have
so
code.
you when you get up to it, it says please enter your code on the little trash can.
People can figure out a way around that.
Yeah.
Are we kidding?
I mean, realize.
No, it says
I wish I had a better image to show you, but
realize
you guys, they're just igloo coolers with 4 baby stroller wheels.
5.
Yeah, I mean,
like a little miniature Johnny 5.
they're just trash. Yeah. They look like an igloo cooler.
It's alive.
Yeah, and I mean, and there's people driving them, but like they get stuck in weird places. They have issues with each other. There's ones that are broke down. There's a guy on TikTok. I have not seen any videos from him in a while, and he even came over here to YouTube, and I don't even know if he does it anymore. But it was something about like eye on the street or something, and all he did was follow these things and like talk smack to him.
Nice.
And by the way, they all have names. So they all have a name on them. Yeah. So it's like, so you'd go, what's up with you, Bryce? Why are you stuck in the mud? Why are you playing in traffic, you idiot?
Let's go.
Like,
I love it. Yeah. So so now with these things, the robot delivery friends. Is there like a control center with people like watching and monitoring all of them, or you know?
There is, however, there is also they also let them go fully autonomous, so they try to not do anything. I mean, think about LA. They're stuck in the middle of a road. They're stuck in a crosswalk a lot with like 3 lanes on each side.
So
it's almost like next to a highway. It's like they're in the middle of a highway, just a cooler sitting there.
It's good to see that Shake Shack values their customers.
Yeah.
And their employees. Because now they're taking away from employees Well,
I mean,
they
the other
have
thing you got to
delivery,
remember too is that yes, it takes a code, but it's just guys. This is not Fort Knox security.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You can stick a key in it and just break it open.
That's what I'm saying. This is not exactly like this isn't exactly like the Pentagon or something like that here. This is a stupid bot driving, like riding around areas that are congested with people. Like, could you imagine that? Like, hang on, get out of the way for the bot.
But just to put it into perspective, they've been
that thing.
NVIDIA 7 has been operating since 2021. AI powered sidewalk delivery robots. They just now, I don't know if it's just because of this or the timing, but when they made this agreement, they have now deployed, as of now, 2,000 more on the streets. 2,000.
Oh, good.
They have 3,500 trash cans roaming around LA.
How about this? Why don't they actually have 2,500 trash cans that are actually trash cans? Save the planet.
I think these are them. They're like they're coming
trash.
to you, and they're just mobile. Just throw your trash.
Maybe it should be like, why don't you throw your trash in here instead of on the ground, instead of actually doing this?
That's what it should be. Just just when it comes by, you can break it open, grab the food, and put your trash in.
Right. Even better.
You don't need an app. They just come by and you get to break them down.
Oh my god!
Or you get to kidnap them. I think the kidnapping's the funniest.
I think that's the best.
I mean, I don't know what kind of trouble you could get.
You just kidnap a friend and that's my little friend now.
Yeah. All right, Short Circuit 3, it's coming.
This
it's
just
up there, Long Island, fantastic.
Yeah. Just wanted to throw that out.
How do you feel about verifying order option? Certain restaurants refuse to let me have the order until I show them complete. Complete order fully defeats the purpose of verifying is correct. I personally like them asking it, and I kind of now at this point go out of my way to make sure they see me doing it because of the stolen orders. And I honestly wish that more places had the thing where you have to scan the receipt. Like they'll have like the QR code on the receipt, and there's some places have it with Uber that you have to actually scan this QR code in order to complete the order. I like that a lot. I think that more places need to be asking, and we need to be more like accepting of that because of how many people who are still taking orders. And yeah, I go out of my way to make sure that they see me complete the order as well. So yeah, I'm all for them doing that. I think more places should be doing it, and some places that don't, they don't do it until there's a problem, and then they start doing it.
QR codes are top tier.
Yeah, QR codes are great.
So Nola's saying like he saw I saw the Chick-fil-A one too. It is bigger, but who cares about its size? I mean, who cares? Like it's it's like a truck.
Size never matters.
Three-wheeler.
It's not the size of the robot, it's how much food you can stuff in it.
You know, that 30-pack nuggets is big.
And then this is, Drew Zilla's bringing up a good point too, that, the sensors and the copper alone are things worth taking. It's like,
yeah,
right. Exactly. Do you know how much that robot's going to go in the open market once you can reprogram it? Bootleg that robot.
You guys, I will plug this as we go and just say that, listen, it's the same with rideshare. If you guys are afraid of rideshare taking over, I do have the director of safety from Cruise Autonomous, the new guy coming on the podcast. But I got to say that we're so far off in the first place. And I've brought about this many times. People laugh, but don't laugh, because who's cleaning a autonomous car in between? There's going to be sex. There's going to be drugs. There's going to be partying. There's going to be people falling asleep in them. There's going to be people passing out in them, maybe dying in them.
Right.
I mean, every ride, who knows what you're sitting in, because it's not going to get a full cleaning in between.
Oh yeah,
they're trash.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the technology's not there, but even if it was, I just pointed out something. How would this work?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they have cameras. Guess what? The first thing broken in there's going to be that camera.
Yeah. Right.
So
Exactly.
I'm not too worried.
Yep.
So yeah, we've been on for a while, guys. I know that usually when I have Lou and Mary on, we run 2 hours, but I've been trying to roll this.
I'm
back
like,
to
whoa
1
there,
hour.
whoa there, Nelly.
Well, we're not that far from it. I mean,
this is why we won't be allowed on the round table anymore.
no. We love it. Also, yeah. I was just making sure that there wasn't an article I should tell you. Oh, the only other thing I would tell you guys to look up, it's all over, is this Dash Pass allowing is it Cinema or no, it's HBO Max.
I saw that. I
with
saw
the
that.
subscription. But like I told Kim when we were doing something, the what is it? The app that Rocket, something that checks all your subscriptions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And sees which ones you don't need. The most canceled on there is DoorDash.
As well as it should be.
That's so funny.
So people, I mean, it's one of those things. People sign up and then they're like, wait a minute, I don't want that anymore. That's not helping me.
I was just passing one of the girls I work with the other day, and she had a little post-it on her computer saying, cancel Dash Pass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. It was, I noticed that too, because I almost ordered something on DoorDash the other day, and I noticed that Dash Pass now comes with Max. And I was like, that's so weird.
But if you have Max, do you automatically have Dash Pass?
No, but if you get Dash Pass, you get Max for free. And I was like, it's so weird. It's just
so if you are going to do it, cancel your Max first.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then get Dash Pass and then get it first. But don't cancel your Cinemax, because somehow also HBO stole Max from Cinemax.
That's a whole other.
So Max means HBO now. So don't. It's very all confusing.
Cutting the cord used to like make. I'm glad we did it when we did.
But now I think we're.
If you want,
that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. Look, van life and
van life.
Van life and hunter gatherer life.
Yeah,
that's where we're going, guys.
Yep. Yeah. I think that's
we're
the
not
way
preppers,
we all need to go.
But we're prepping.
Yeah. Kim's falling asleep.
I'm like, guys, come on. It's like almost 11 o'clock.
She's like, wrap it up.
Okay. You guys, I was trying to wrap it up too. And Kim's like going, are you really going to hit 2 hours? Okay. So no, I'm not. Kim and I will be back here tomorrow doing a reaction video, which we've been loving doing for Legal Rideshare. So check that out. That's a wrap for the week. Thank you, guys. Big thanks to Mary and Lou for joining us. Always fun.
Thanks for having us.
And thank you everybody for joining on the live or on the replay or on the audio podcast. So until next Thursday, be safe, earn smart, and Kim.
Oh, kindness is always free.
Kim.
Drivers snapping at the tempo, playing the rhythm with the song on the radio.